This is the brand new Bailey Advance, which has been completely redesigned for 2018. Still on a Peugeot Boxer cab, the 130 bhp Euro 6 engine, that's the downsized 2 litre, and smoother than the old 2.2. Ultra-low Alco chassis, still for the Advance range, all the models, which gives this nice low-slung look. Very planted on the road, a real advantage over a lot of other entry-level motorhomes. No options, no packs, one spec, and that's a really good thing. This is the 76-4, 7.6 metres, the biggest model in the range, and the 4 being a four-person van. It's got 4 travel seats as well as 4 berths. Other things to note on the outside, well, the back end particularly has been completely redesigned. Bike rack mountings is standard on the back too. Overcab sunroof, that's standard as well. But one thing I'm not so keen on is they've still retained the rather fiddly waste drain on the outside. Still rather vulnerable to being knocked if you're driving over uneven surfaces, and it looks like it could take quite a long time to drain that down compared with a larger bore system. The other thing to note on the outside is that this Advance, although it's just a tad wider than the previous model, is nothing like as broad as the Autograph range, the more upmarket Baileys. So if this is your first motorhome, it won't be anything like as daunting to drive. Well over 7.5 metres, this is a long motorhome for one with a French bed, but it is a French bed with a difference, because usually with this sort of floor plan, now a French bed, for those not in the know, is a lengthways bed against a side wall, and normally with that type of layout you'd have the bathroom right here where I'm standing. In this one, bathroom is here and runs right behind the bed, right across the back of the vehicle, with the shower in that corner. That gives you a much better washroom, better access to the washroom, a bit more space alongside the bed, but of course it's a longer vehicle. This is around 1 metre longer than the previous French bed layout Advance. It's not a new layout, other people have done it before, and there are other motorhome manufacturers that still offer this sort of layout. It's relatively rare, but it's unique in a vehicle at this sort of entry-level price point. And then storage, well, there's lots of top lockers in this van, and because of the height, the internal height of the vehicle, they are tall top lockers. Some of them have got extra wide doors too, particularly those at the front, so when you open them you're accessing a lot of storage in one go. Most of them though aren't shelved, so if you've got a pile of jumpers stacked up there, I can see when you stop, you open the door and they're all going to come tumbling out, because there's no fiddle rails, no netting, nothing to stop things falling out. Big storage, well, of course the big storage, as in any fixed bed motorhome, is underneath the bed. Here, the bed lifts up, even with this duvet on. There's an external hatch, not the biggest, but an external hatch to slide your chairs and that through from outside. Fresh water tank inboard, a nice frost-free position like that, still leaves plenty of room for your outdoor chairs. Welly boots can all go under here, plenty of room. You're fairly limited in terms of preparation space in the actual galley area. Worktop surface, you can of course expand onto this surface here, but you'll have to be careful of spillages onto your bedclothes. That said, there is room here for your kettle and a convenient couple of main sockets. You've got 3 gas burners and then a combined grill and oven underneath. Microwave is standard too, and it's at a fairly sensible height. It's about eye level for me. Top lockers are a good size. Down below, there's not so much storage, and there is only 1 drawer. And then back to the main kitchen, well, the only other facility, of course, is your fridge. It's got manual gas ignition, which is a pretty rare sight these days, but I think Bailey talk about the reliability of these simpler fridges. And it's not a great size either. It's 95 litres, probably just about enough for 2, maybe stretching it a bit for 4. So many motorhomes now have these great big tall fridge freezers, relatively rare to see one as small as that in a motorhome of this size. Now, if you've got the table retrieved from under the bed, it's a simple matter of reducing the leg to half height. From this side, that extends. We have one cushion we don't need. These can be pillows. Little infill in there. These infills will probably need to be stored under the bed. And then the other one, because it's got a shaped corner, pops in there. A lot of these half-dinette type beds in other motorhomes are a real dog's breakfast. You end up with a lumpy bed that takes you hours to make. This is pretty damn good. Now, in the back of the motorhome, headroom is well over 2 metres, but you go up a couple of steps as you come forward, first into the lounge and then into the cab. The stepped floor in the lounge area actually has a little bit of storage, ideal for shoes, so that's quite a neat point. Passenger carrying, well, that's where Bailey have a bit of a forte. They've done a lot of work on crash testing in motorhomes. 3-point belts, of course, height adjustable upper mountings, but the really different thing is the structure under the seat. They've put hoops under the seat so you don't have any submarining effect in an accident. You won't effectively disappear into the seat boxes in a serious accident, which can be a real issue. Lots of light, both artificial and daylight, and I particularly like these dimmable reading lights. And when you're in the lounge area, this Hampstead soft furnishing scheme, which is the only option, and the rather nice eucalyptus wood finish, it all feels, it's just got a nice ambience to it. I like the feel that you get when you come into this motorhome, and it doesn't feel like an entry-level product. So, the Bailey Advance 76-4, a French bed motorhome that works surprisingly well for 4 people. It's a 3.5-ton chassis, but it's still got a decent payload, and the Alco chassis gives it a real advantage on the road. It'll be well priced, being a Bailey, and the spec means that you don't have to visit the options list because there isn't one. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel for lots more great motorhome reviews, and why not subscribe?